Hello and welcome to another episode of the CUFI Weekly. And there are many things happening right now in the Middle East concerning Israel and the surrounding regions. Of course, we have the talks that are happening as I speak, as I record this, about a potential end to the war and, most importantly, the release of all the hostages. Two years ago, the October 7th massacre took place when Hamas terrorists broke into Israel. They kidnapped people, they murdered people, they committed grave offenses, massacring whole families. A few months after October 7th, 2023, I was in Israel. I walked through kibbutzes which had been attacked by Hamas. I saw the devastation. I saw how families who had gotten up that morning with coffee jars still on the counter, with candy sitting on their kitchen counter, to homes that they would never return. Bullet holes, splashes of blood, broken glass. It is an experience that I will never forget. 2 years on from the horrific massacre on October 7th, we have seen a world turn fully anti-Semitic and not make any bones about it. In fact, they have turned antisemitism and Jew hatred into a righteous cause. There are those communities, Nahal Oz, Be'eri, so many others, which are slowly trying to rebuild, to move forward, to believe in a better tomorrow. There are still, as I record this, hostages being held in Gaza. And over the last 2 years, we have seen our Jewish friends, both in Israel, the United States, Canada, Great Britain, after the horrific attack on a synagogue just a week ago, increasingly under threat. Their lives changed forever. If you speak to your Jewish friends, they will tell you that the person they were on October 6, 2023 no longer exists. So yes, we can pause to remember on October 7th, but for over 2 years, people have carried a burden, are carrying a burden. They have been changed. They saw the worst massacre of Jews since the Holocaust and rather see a world which talks about social justice, which talks about morality. Rather than seeing that world rally around them, they saw that world turn on them, celebrate their pain, and further inflict more pain, be it at their places of worship, on college campuses, or even in Congress. We must not remain silent. And now we have so-called conservatives who, for some reason, have become obsessed with Israel. They talk about how Israel treats Christians, yet the Christian population in Israel has grown while everywhere else in the Middle East it has dwindled. Even now, Christians flock to Israel to visit sites of religious pilgrimage. Yet elsewhere in the Middle East, those sites do not even exist. And we're not just talking about the Middle East. Let's talk beyond that. In Nigeria, Christians are being massacred every single day almost. Yet these people don't care about that for some reason. They talk about how they care about Christians. They care about Christians being persecuted so much. And let's make no mistake, there have been incidences of a tiny fringe within Israel spitting at Christians. And it's abhorrent, it's disgusting. And that has been condemned from everyone, from the president to the prime minister to Jewish religious leaders. Yet when Christians are massacred in Nigeria, these so-called commentators are silent. They are taking part in a narrative to try and divide Israel and America, to further demonize the Jewish people within the conservative movement. On both sides of the aisle, left and right, Jew hatred is becoming the new norm. But we cannot remain silent. We must speak up, and we must declare united that the Jewish people are not alone. Because history will judge us harshly, just as it has judged nation after nation who has turned against the Jewish people. And those nations are merely footnotes in history. So we pause to remember what happened on October 7th, 2023, at the 2-year anniversary. We pray that the hostages come home soon. We pray for the comfort of those families impacted forever by that day and the aftermath. And we pledge to stand with the Jewish people now and forever. Not because it's political, not because it serves some short-term agenda, not because it is simply a good strategic move. We do it because it's the right thing to do and because it is biblical. This is Kasim Hafeez for the CUFI Weekly. For Zion's sake, do not remain silent.
Thanks for checking out this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe so you get a notification every time a new episode hits. And if you want to check out some of our previous episodes, and we've got some really good ones, click on one of the thumbnails and that will take you right there. And finally, if you want to know more about CUFI and the work we do, go to cufi.org to check out all the resources we have available free to you.